Imagine being a global superstar, the envy of millions. But what if the universe had a twisted sense of humor and decided to create a mirror image of you? What would you do if you were confronted by your own doppelganger? 1. Kim Kardashian versus Camilla Osman. Imagine you're out with a friend, minding your business, when your bestie rolls up with your doppelganger. That's exactly what happened to Kim Kardashian when her BFF Jonathan strolled into a spot with Camilla Osman, a Kim lookalike so ridiculously spot on, it's uncanny. And let's just say, Kim wasn't exactly thrilled. Her initial shock quickly turned into, well, a bit of jealousy. I mean, can you blame her? It's one thing to have fans mimic your style, but it's another when your best friend is out here hanging with someone who could literally pass as your stunt double. Is Kim being replaced by her own clone? Things got a little tense when Kim and Camilla came face to face, and it wasn't the cute twin moment you'd hope for. It was more like, wait, so there's two of me now? Long story short, Kim wasn't having it. Awkward much? 2. The OG Harry Styles. Forget about celebrity meetups. 15-year-old Jacob Skelton is practically the original Harry Styles. Same hair, same cheeky smile, and enough swoon-worthy charm to go around. It's almost like there's two Harrys out there, and clearly, fans aren't complaining. Jacob first got the shock of his life when he was hanging with a friend and their mum. When One Direction popped up on the TV, his friend's mum couldn't help but point out how much he looked like Harry. Since then, the comparisons haven't stopped rolling in. And it turns out he's been sporting that iconic hairstyle since he was 10. Which one is cuter? Like for the dog, comment for the cat. So, is Jacob the true OG Harry Styles? We'll let the fans decide, but one thing's for sure, there's plenty of Harry to go around. 3. The Russian Leo doppelganger. Meet Roman Burtsev, the Russian doppelganger who took his resemblance to Leonardo DiCaprio to a whole new level. Like seriously, this guy even filmed his own version of The Revenant. I mean, can we just imagine him crawling around in the snow, aiming for that Oscar? Roman even made a splash on a reality dating show. After shedding some pounds, he looked even closer to Leo. And get this, DiCaprio has said his grandma is Russian, so maybe there's a hidden family connection here. Someone should totally hit up one of those DNA test kits to find out. Oh, and Burtsev didn't stop there. He spent a day at the mall taking pics in the iconic Titanic pose with any woman brave enough to be Kate Winslet. Talk about commitment to the bit. While he definitely has some resemblance to Leo, let's be real. They look more like cousins than twins. But hey, who's counting? 4. There's a Swedish one. 2. But wait, there's more. The 1990s Leo made a comeback in the form of a Swedish doppelganger. Meet Konrad Anerud, a bartender who made waves on the internet back in 2015 with his uncanny resemblance to young DiCaprio. Seriously, it's like Leo went back in time and decided to chill out in Sweden. Now, Konrad must be around 30, and it's time to check in and see how he's grown up. Has he embraced the Leo vibes and become a heartthrob in his own right? Because if there's one thing we need, it's more 90s Leo energy in the world. Let's keep an eye on this Swedish sensation. Who knows, he might just be the next big thing. 5. Regis and Kelly's Conan O'Brien clone. Hold on to your seats, because Regis and Kelly invited a Conan O'Brien lookalike onto their show, and this guy could totally be Conan's twin. Seriously, the resemblance is so uncanny, it's like they were separated at birth. This doppelganger has been racking up some wild stories too. He's been mistaken for Conan in airports, with even a stewardess approaching him, ready to gush about how much he looks like the late-night legend. But it doesn't stop there. This man has taken his celebrity status to the streets, signing autographs and snapping photos with fans who can't tell the difference. Honestly, it's hard to believe they're not actually twins. 6. Ellen DeGeneres sees double in the audience. Ellen's doing her usual thing on her show, cracking jokes when she glances out into the audience and does a double take. She's not hallucinating, and no, there's definitely no mirror involved. Sitting right there is a woman who looks so much like her, you'd think Ellen 2.0 just dropped in from a parallel universe. Enter Donna, Ellen's doppelganger, who's not just rocking the signature short blonde hair, but also has the whole Ellen vibe down, outfit and all. Is Donna a superfan taking things a bit far, or is she just Ellen's long-lost twin? We'll leave that up to you. Oh, and Donna didn't just stop at showing up. She even gave Ellen her business card, because why not? You never know when they might need to pull a good old switcheroo to confuse the masses. Honestly, even the audience was fooled for a second. Being mistaken for Ellen, not too shabby. 7. Adele impersonates herself. Adele took her playful side to the max when she decided to impersonate herself. That's right. She put on a fake chin, a phony nose, and smaller lips to transform into Jenny, an Adele impersonator, just so she could crash an Adele Adele impersonator competition. Can you even imagine? A whole sea of Adeles, each one trying to outshine the other, and there was our girl, Adele, blending right in. When the real Adele, or shall we say, Jenny, finally strutted on stage, the impersonators absolutely lost it. Talk about a plot twist. You can bet there were some jaws on the floor as they realized they were about to be serenaded by the one and only Adele. It was the ultimate fan moment turned hilarious reality check. This whole escapade just shows how fun and down-to-earth Adele really is. Who else would impersonate themselves for a good laugh? We need more moments like this in the world. 8. Doppelgänger BFFs, Nina Dobrev and Victoria Justice. Would you ever think about being friends with your own doppelganger? Well, Nina Dobrev and Victoria Justice don't need to ponder that because they're already besties. At the 2015 Teen Choice Awards, Victoria playfully dubbed Nina her doppelganger when she won the award for Best Choice TV Actress, and the crowd just ate it up. These two have the ultimate twin energy, and their friendship is as fun as it gets. From posing for selfies to sharing laughs, it's like they're living proof that having a lookalike can lead to some seriously good times. Imagine all the mischief they could get up to, double the fun and double the trouble. With these two, we're just here for all the doppelganger shenanigans. 9. A case of the clubbing. Doppelgangers. When Katy Perry rolled into LA, she didn't just bring her music, she brought a clever disguise. To get into the hottest clubs, she'd pretend to be Zooey Deschanel. That's some next-level doppelganger strategy right there. Meanwhile, Zoe would hear tales of fans claiming they locked eyes with her while out clubbing, and she'd just laugh, thinking, not me. The hilarity continues with Zoe's cameo in Katy's music video for Not the End of the World. The premise? Aliens are on a mission to abduct Katy, but mistakenly end up snatching Zoe instead because they just can't tell them apart. It's seriously a genius nod to their resemblance and a playful way to embrace the mix-up. With these two using their similarities to their advantage, it's clear that having a doppelganger can lead to some real fun. Katy and Zoe are proof that life is always more entertaining when you lean into the cosmic confusion. 10. Steve Harvey meets his matches. On one hilarious episode of his show, Steve Harvey came face-to-face with a contestant who was a total Steve doppelganger. This guy didn't just look like him. He strutted in from backstage, swaggering like he owned the place, and even doing a spot-on impression. Steve, playing it cool, even pretended to be a bit annoyed. Who knew copying him could be such a talent? It was all in good fun, and the two even hugged it out, creating pure comedy gold. And guess what? He wasn't the only lookalike on the show. Apparently, there's a whole squad of Steves out there, and they're ready to take the spotlight. 11. Ed Sheeran and the 4 doppelgangers. Ed Sheeran is definitely living in a wild episode of Black Mirror. How is it that during a video call, he found himself face-to-face with not 1, not 2, but 4 doppelgangers? It was seriously like a fan convention for Ed lookalikes, and you could practically hear the collective gasp from the internet. And if that's not enough, there's a meme making the rounds of him at a festival, and guess what? It was actually his doppelganger Ty, first Rupert Grint, and now this. It feels like Ed is multiplying faster than you can say divide. Get it? His album Multiply. Adele impersonators may have some competition because it seems like Ed's just getting started. How many more lookalikes can there be? At this rate, the world might just need a Sheeran-themed reality show.
Ed Sheeran, I want you to meet Jack, Kieran, Ty, and Christy, the country's top Ed Sheeran impersonators.
How you guys doing?
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
What's going on?
First of all, I have to ask you 4 guys, have any of you actually met Ed before?
Yep. No.
12. Double Vision. Reese Witherspoon and her body double Marilee. Marilee, Reese Witherspoon's body double, is basically the ultimate doppelganger. She first popped up as a background extra in Legally Blonde 2, and it really didn't take long for everyone to notice just how alike they looked. The resemblance was so uncanny that it became a legendary moment on set, and so history was made. These two are so similar that even a close-up won't help you tell them apart. It's like having a real-life version of Reese walking around, and Marilee has been rocking that gig ever since. From Elwood's fabulous moments to red carpet events, Marilee has been the secret weapon behind Reese's iconic look. With these two together, it's hard not to wonder if Reese is pulling off some movie magic or if Marilee is just her long-lost twin.
This is Marilee, and she's my double. Do we look alike?
Okay, that's Reese, and that's Marilee.
We do. We totally look alike. We totally do.
That means in shots like this from Just Like Heaven, you've got Reese inside the truck, and outside for the aerial, it's Marilee.
13. Margot Robbie and Emma Mackey as Barbie's dynamic duo. Hold on to your pink shades, because Margot Robbie and Emma Mackey are bringing the doppelgänger magic to the big screen. Emma, the star of Sex Education, snagged the role of Nobel Prize-winning physicist Barbie in the 2023 Barbie movie, where Margot was the main Barbie. This casting choice made perfect sense. These two could totally pass as sisters. The resemblance is so wild that there have been times when fans straight up mistook Emma for Margot while watching Sex Education. It's like seeing a mini Margot in action, and the internet has had a field day with it. In fact, Margot even shared a funny story about someone approaching her to rave about how much they loved her in Sex Education, completely oblivious to the fact that it was Emma. While Emma herself doesn't really see the resemblance, she's definitely here for the attention.
Someone came up a few weeks ago, I was eating a burger at Apple Pen, and they were like, oh, I loved you in Sex Education. That show is so cool. We just started watching it. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's not me. It wasn't me.
14. The gender-bender doppelgangers Timothée Chalamet and Natalia Dyer. Fans have been losing it over Timothée Chalamet and Natalia Dyer, whipping up all sorts of edits and fan theories because they're convinced these two look like they could be siblings or even twins. Seriously, have you seen those cheekbones and those mesmerizing eyes? It's like the universe crafted them with the same mold. Every time they're spotted together, the internet just explodes. Are we sure they're not long-lost twins? Quick, someone call their mothers. The resemblance is so ridiculously obvious that it's practically begging for a movie or TV show where they play siblings. Can we even handle double the charisma? It'd be like a charm overload, and our hearts might just explode from all that cuteness. Let's get on it, Hollywood. We need Timothy and Natalia as siblings, like yesterday. 15. The Megan Fox comparison. Chelsea Blackwell of Love Island fame found herself in hot water when she innocently proclaimed she's been told she totally looks like Megan Fox. But wait, she didn't even make that comparison herself. All she did was share what others have said, and all of a sudden, the internet bullies came out in droves, raining down all kinds of unwarranted drama. Poor girl found herself in the hot seat, even joking about it and calling out those that compared her to Megan to come out and prove she's not lying. Seriously, who knew looking like a megastar could lead to so much chaos? And then, just when you think it couldn't get crazier, Megan Fox herself swooped in with some love for Chelsea. She confirmed that, yeah, with those similar slanted almond eyes, the resemblance is totally legit. Talk about a plot twist. Instead of tearing each other down, let's celebrate the fabulousness of these two queens.
So, you have to know about Chelsea from Love is Blind. Do you know about this moment?
I've heard, I've never had more people text me about something because I don't really watch TV very much, but I've had a lot of people text me and stop me. Even other celebrities at like Oscar parties were like, do you watch Love is Blind? And I was like, no, but I know what you're talking about.
16. Natalie Portman and Millie Bobby Brown. She defeats something there, but she sees Millie as much more magical. Natalie Portman had a super sweet moment when Millie Bobby Brown approached her, bubbling with excitement about how people often say they look alike. Can you imagine the moment? Two powerhouses of talent and charm sharing a convo about their uncanny resemblance. But Natalie, in her classic down-to-earth style, had to admit that while she definitely sees something there, she thinks of Millie as much more magical. What a sweetheart. Honestly, Millie is totally like a young Natalie Portman, and if Natalie ever needs someone to play her in a biopic, she knows exactly who to call. 17. The Brittany Murphy reincarnation. So many fans are getting major goosebumps watching Lily Reinhart, and they can't help but think she's the reincarnation of Brittany Murphy. Like, how wild is that? Since Brittany left us way too soon, it's like a piece of that magic has returned with Lily, and honestly, we're here for it. Seriously, every time Lily hits the screen, it's like catching a glimpse of Brittany's spirit shining through. From the quirky charm to those emotional moments that hit you right in the feels, Lily captures that same magnetic energy. It's honestly so heartwarming to think that Brittany's legacy is still alive and kicking through Lily. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how cosmic this connection is? Like, the universe really knows how to bring back our faves.
You did a little spin. You came out and you spun around?
Yes.
It was great. Did you plan on spinning or was it just spontaneous?
I didn't. It's just, it was the moment.
Yeah. Your hair looks very cute.
Thank you. So does yours.
No, thanks a lot. And we've never met. I can't believe it.
No, because we've run in some of the same circles.
Yes.
18. McKenna Grace and Kiernan Shipka. McKenna Grace has seriously earned her stripes as Hollywood's go-to gal for playing younger versions of major stars. She's brought Margot Robbie to life in I, Tonya, and stepped into into Brie Larson's shoes in Captain Marvel. But let's be real, nothing compares to her spot-on portrayal of the younger Sabrina Spellman in Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, where she practically brought Kiernan Shipka to life as a kid. Kiernan Shipka actually handpicked McKenna for the role. She didn't just sit back and let the casting crew do their thing. She straight up sent a photo of them together to the show's creator, Roberto Aguirre Sacasa, saying, "You have to get McKenna. She's like me as a little girl, and we're dead ringers." How cool is that? 19. When a Taylor Swift lookalike stirs up Swiftie mayhem. Taylor Swift's doppelgänger, Ashley Leachin, decided to let loose some serious chaos while pretending to be the pop queen herself. And boy, did it stir the pot. With 1.6 million followers on TikTok, Ashley went full-on Taylor, rocking a white top, blue jeans, and a red leather cap that screamed, "I'm here for a red-era reunion." Oh, and let's not forget the iconic red lipstick that had fans doing double takes. So picture this. Ashley rolls up to the Grove in LA, flanked by a crew of security guards, because what's a celebrity moment without some bodyguards? Swifties totally flocked to her like moths to a flame, convinced they just spotted the anti-hero herself in the wild. Talk about a Taylor takeover. And if that wasn't enough, another video went viral where a young fan ran up to her, convinced he was about to meet T-Swift. When he realized he'd been duped, his face fell, and in a totally sweet moment, Ashley pulled him in for a hug. Can we say heartwarming? It's all fun and games until someone thinks they've met their idol, but Ashley definitely made that kid's day, just in a different way than he expected. This whole scene is what TikTok dreams are made of, and we're here for it.
I'm looking at you now. All right, so that moment where the kid comes up and thought you were Taylor, that was in New York.
That was in New York.
How often does that happen?
Pretty often.
I mean, then you have to dash their dreams and tell them that you're not Taylor Swift. Look, he's crying.
I know. I thought he was crying, so I wanted to give him a hug.
When did you first realize that you were...
20. The great Amy Adams Isla Fisher mix-up. Who hasn't had a moment of pure confusion while trying to tell Amy Adams and Isla Fisher apart? Seriously, it's like they were separated at birth or something. With those fiery red locks, sparkling eyes, and contagious smiles, these two could totally pass for identical twins. It's wild how often people get them mixed up. The resemblance is so strong that you half expect them to pull a twin switcheroo on us one day. At a fancy post-Oscars party, Isla found herself in a hilarious mix-up when Lady Gaga approached her, convinced she was Amy. Gaga couldn't stop praising her performance, and Isla was just rolling with it, soaking up the praise. In another instance, a fan once came up to Isla at an event, thinking she was Amy Adams, and ended up asking her to sing a couple of verses from Enchanted. Isla, who jokingly claims she's absolutely tone-deaf, played along until the fan finally realized she wasn't Amy. You really can't blame them. With those mesmerizing eyes and gorgeous hair, they're practically mirror images.
People confuse you for Amy Adams frequently?
Yes, they do, and I usually correct them. Sometimes I don't. A couple of times I can think of, it's been quite funny. But yeah, I remember one time actually I was at this fancy Hollywood party, you know, I've seen you there, the Vanity Fair party.
Oh, after the Oscars, yes, right, yeah.
21. Dr. Phil, the lookalike extravaganza, Dr. Energy. But the surprises didn't stop there. Another audience member stood up, and guess what? This guy, Zoe Deutch and Haley Lou Richardson. Zoe Deutch and Haley Lou Richardson might not be sisters, but they could easily be mistaken for each other. These two talented actresses are not only good friends, but they also share an uncanny resemblance with their matching smiles, perfectly sculpted eyebrows, and those gorgeous locks of hair. Seriously, it's like the universe decided to bless us with a double dose of charm. In a fun twist of fate, Zoe auditioned for the role of Portia in season 2 of The White Lotus, but the part ended up going to Haley. You can almost hear the universe chuckling. Imagine the behind-the-scenes confusion. Zoe has even hilariously pointed out how often people online mistakenly credit her for Haley's performances. Fans genuinely think she's starring in The White Lotus instead of her friend. During her appearance on Jimmy Kimmel, she fully embraced the mix-up, joking that she could totally pass for Haley Lou. 23. The Nightly Portman Chronicles. You know those days when you see someone and do a double take? That's what happens every time Keira Knightley and Natalie Portman step into the same room. These two brunette bombshells have such a striking resemblance that they've they've been mixed up more times than we can count. In fact, there have been some hilarious moments where the confusion went to the next level. Imagine Kira being chased through an airport by fans convinced she's Natalie, and that's not all. She's also been mistaken for Kate Winslet while running through a park, and even Britney Spears. Talk about an A-list doppelganger dilemma. Their likeness goes way back too. The producers of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, recognized their similarities and cast Kira as Natalie's body double for Queen Amidala. So honestly, can you even blame people for getting mixed up?
Well, I've been chased through an airport as Natalie Portman. I mean, Natalie Portman a lot.
Yes.
You know, yeah.
But then also you did the Star Wars.
I did the Star Wars
and you did
thing.
the
Yeah, so I
yeah.
have had many pictures as Natalie Portman. I've been chased through a park as Kate Winslet.
24. A Sandler clone in the wild. Max Kessler is living proof that sometimes the universe just likes to play favorites when it comes to doppelgangers. With his similar features, it's almost like Adam Sandler has a mini-me strolling around. Seriously, these two could be separated at birth, and we wouldn't even blink an eye. Max has been turning heads everywhere, especially when he steps out rocking that classic Sandler vibe, casual tees, comfy shorts, and that signature goofy grin. You just know he's one viral TikTok away from landing a role in a Sandler film, probably as his long-lost twin who shows up for a family reunion. Can you imagine the shenanigans that would unfold? Max Kessler doesn't just look like Adam Sandler. He literally shares a name with one of Sandler's characters. In The Do-Over, Sandler plays a character named Max Kessler, and now we've got a real-life Max Kessler stepping into the spotlight. It's like a hilarious plot twist straight out of a movie, one where the doppelgangers finally meet and the comedy chaos ensues. If you met your clone, would you see them as a mirror image or a threat to your identity?